Yeah, this is great. It's always, you never know who or if people will come to these, so I play at a variety of libraries. So.
Yeah, I go around different libraries too, following the program.
Oh.
Every Saturday or Sunday.
Well, why don't I do a little program of some more Duke Ellington?
Hell, take the A train, huh?
We can do some Take the A train.
Yes, sir. Yes, boogie woogie. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that and the stride piano were things that really got me into piano when I was a teenager. I was like, what is that? That sounds so cool.
So good.
I have to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize how hard it would be.
No.
Hey, did you do some ragtime too?
Yeah, I can do a little bit. I know, I think only like the first section of Maple Leaf Rag.
The entertainer.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm lucky that you're requesting the tunes that I know.
You know, give me the entertainer, man. I love it.
And then that's all I remember. See?
That's what you remember?
That's all I remember.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man.
Let's do a Jerome Kern song. All the things you love.
Yeah. This is a Facebook Live. Sweet.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank
Sweet.
you so much. Yeah, that walking bass line.
Yeah, that walking bass is
I
critical.
studied jazz at James Madison University, and one time, we rarely get to see our professors just play. And one time I saw my piano professor playing, and he was doing that walking bass line, and it just made my jaw drop. Like, how do you do that? Because a bass player, a bass player is this lovely combination of doing accompaniment and melody, because their accompaniment is a form of melody, and improvisation, because they're improvising the bass line.
That's right.
So it was just super duper cool, and then to be able to do that with one hand while simultaneously improvising was a very challenging technique to do. So definitely one of those two things at once. So, well, this is fun. I am enjoying this. Thank you so much for coming. What should I do next? This is called There Will Never Be Another You. There we go. There will never be another you.
Now, when you go off from the main melody and you travel away somewhere, what are you keeping in mind, or are you
That is an excellent
thinking
question.
anything?
Yeah, that's a great question. So a jazz solo is based on the same chord progression as the rest of the song. So the analogy that I like to use is if you were singing along to your favorite song on the radio, but you just started making up new words. Like the song underneath hasn't changed at all. What you're doing on top is new. So, for instance, I'll just play the beginning and I'll stick with the melody, then I'll divert from the melody, and then I'll go back. So. Regardless of if I'm playing the original melody or something new, it stays on the original framework.
Okay.
And then since I'm a pianist, I get to change up the style of accompaniment I do. So it can be stride piano or a walking bass line or all the different textures that I've practiced, which is fun because then I have all this freedom as to how I want to play the song, but what remains the same is like the tempo and the chord progression and the structure. So that's a great question.
I usually like to play with the with my left hand on the chord. Just stay there, do little variations, because that travel is kind of hard. I haven't practiced that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So that strike, pop, 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 pop. It's
so
like
hard.
this is like.
I did.
Yeah.
I remember like hours in the practice room, just like
Yes, I know.
getting that
I know.
accuracy down.
So.
And whenever I listen to jazz, I often listen to jazz from like an analytical point or like a research point of view. Like, ooh, like if it's Errol Garner, like, whoa, what did Errol Garner just do? I want to figure out how he did that so I can do it too.
Yes, that's the
kind of
way.
like building up my vocabulary. Let's do a really early one called St. Louis Blues or St. Louis Blues. I don't know how to pronounce it. Some people have corrected me and said St. Louis, then some people say
St. Louis. I think it's Louis. Yeah, that was not
We'll do
Louis.
that. That's
Yeah.
a W.C. Handy tune from 1940.
Louis. I think it ends with E, right? At the end. Louis.
Louis.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it S or
That's
E?
how it was. IS is how it was published. So
Okay.
Everybody says Louis.
Yeah.
Louis.
Yes, not exactly.
here it is.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So you went on me. I didn't know that.
That one, there's so much to it. So where do I start? So it was written by W.C. Handy, who was a Tin Pan Alley composer. So Tin Pan Alley was an area in New York City that had a whole bunch of music publishers, going back to like the late 1800s. Before radio, if most people wanted to, before radio and before you could buy a record. Most people, if they wanted to hear live music, would play it in the home or go see it live. So learning piano was widely popular at the end of the 19th century, the beginning of the 20th century, and they would have these publishers that just churned out music. So W.C. Handy was one of those songwriters. So was George Gershwin, for that fact, before he really hit it big with Broadway. He just churned out songs. But anyway, W.C. Handy traveled down south, heard early jazz and blues, and then was a great marketer. He wrote a bunch of songs in that style, and he was named the father of the blues, even though he wasn't historically. He was the marketer of the blues. But that song, St. Louis Blues, was so big at the time that the first half of the 20th century, it is the most recorded song, only second to Silent Night, which is really interesting. Those are the two. But so I mean, Fats Waller did it, Art Tatum did it, Louis Armstrong did it. It was just a really popular early jazz song.
So where does
where
does the entertainer fit into that?
The entertain. So ragtime.
The movie popularized that song, right?
Yeah, that's right. So in the 60s or 70s, there was this big ragtime rediscovery. Yeah. So because Scott Joplin kind of faded into obscurity for a while, but so ragtime was before jazz. The differences between ragtime and jazz is one, ragtime doesn't swing, so like you wouldn't have.
It's very rigid.
Yeah, so
it's like classical, between classic and jazz.
Yeah, right. So it uses a lot of classical harmony, but it has the bouncy thing. That's what jazz pianists borrowed from it. And then also ragtime doesn't have improvisation.
It doesn't. That's exactly the point.
You can listen to the piano rolls. So the player pianos, I love this other fact about history. Before a record came out, like we have the flat ones, but even before that they have the cylinders. But even before those you had piano rolls for the player piano. And that was the closest you could get to a recording at the time, because to make a piano roll, you would play into a special piano. So we have piano rolls that Scott Joplin made, so we get to hear him play the music as he made it.
Wow.
And we hear some embellishment and some slight variations, but we don't hear flat out improvisation. We have piano rolls of George Gershwin, so we can hear him play the music he wanted. And we have piano rolls of Rachmaninoff, which is super
Rachmaninoff,
so that's super duper fascinating. But so ragtime, it's definitely one of the main inspirations to jazz. If you look at the main inspirations, you have ragtime, you have blues music, and then you have marching band music. So
that's New Orleans, right?
So New Orleans, that's why we have a lot of trumpets and trombones and saxophones.
When you land at the New Orleans airport, when I landed, that was a year ago, there was a band there. Just trombone. They were doing that pum 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 pum. Oh my God! I was sitting there. I was just enjoying that stuff before I even took my car to go to the hotel. It was crazy. It was amazing.
That's so fun. And that's why early jazz didn't have upright bass players, because it's hard to be in a marching band pulling an upright bass.
How do you do that?
You know your stuff about jazz. That's awesome.
I'm a jazz player too.
So if you're composing a piece, and you're sitting there, you're writing it, and you're fiddling around with it, okay, eventually, how do you know it has legs?
That's a good question.
Is it just something you feel, or do you ask other people, you play it for them, or how does that work?
Yeah, I think for me, it's something I feel. It's really bizarre. I feel like sometimes I describe it like the composition already exists and I'm trying to figure it out. Like it's there and I just need to kind of uncover it. So
that's right.
When I feel like I get to the point where like, yes, that's how it's supposed to sound, then I feel like it's done. Sometimes, but then like if it's a song that I'm doing for my trio, like we just had a recording session this past week I'll have an idea of how it sounds, and then I'll bring it to them, and my drummer will do the coolest things in the world. And I'll be like, whoa, that's even more cool than I could have imagined.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I recorded a single that was for only piano, and I released it earlier this year, and that one was hard. I can't play it for you now because I didn't memorize it. But that was one where I was trying to copy the style of Thelonious Monk. And I was like, okay, I have this song done, but now I can't play it because I wrote a really, really hard song. So
Yes.
I have to practice to be able to be comfortable enough to play it and then to improvise with it.
Yes.
And so, yeah, that I think
You
is an
remind me.
additional part of the
You
process.
remind me when I used to have a jazz band. We used to compete with who's going to write the hardest song, and then so we're going to put chords. We're going to put like the sus chords, the diminished chords, diminished nines, the things like that, and just to make it very complex. And then nice when you read, when you look at the song written, it's like wow, it's like very. And then when you play it, it's like, whoa, how am I going to improvise on this?
Yeah.
So, because it's intellectually created, but now it has to sound what you want, and
it
then
has to sound natural,
Yes.
and not like forced. That was the hardest thing I was finding. So I wanted to copy. Thelonious Monk didn't have very much variation in his career. Most of what he played like in the 40s is what he played like in the 60s. But his songs from the 40s had a little bit more chords in them. It'd be like a lot of bebop songs where it was like 2 chords per measure. So every 2 beats you get a new chord.
that's crazy.
So I wrote a song in that style, and then I'm practicing how to improvise, and it always just sounded so forced. So
Yeah.
that was really hard. So it was
Yeah.
practicing under tempo,
Yeah.
in different styles with the walking bass and all that. So I'm happy with what came out, but
Good.
definitely hard.
What do you play?
Piano too.
Oh, okay.
I'm a pianist. Yeah, I've been doing it for about 30 years now.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
We'll have to, after you're done with the live stream, I'd love to connect and chat through our.
Sure, no problem.
Let's do a bebop song. So,
Yeah.
we'll do
Confirmation.
I'll pick
Try that on piano. I've done it on piano. I haven't practiced in a while, but I played confirmation on piano. It was like, whoa. I was stunned by myself. Yeah, I would do it piano solo. But anyway. Woo! There you go.
I'll work on that one.
Yeah.
How about I do? I'll do Billy's Bounce.
There you go. Oh, I love it. Hey folks, are you enjoying this? Hope you enjoy it. very upbeat. It's really nice.
Very upbeat, that's right.
Ooh.
So that's still a 12-bar blues, so that's the same exact chord progression as the middle section of St. Louis blues and all those things. So let's do another blues. How about we do Bags Groove?
Wonderful.
That's Milt Jackson. So that song.
Or Mick
really
Jackson.
sounds have the same
He plays a
vibraphone.
Yeah.
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 Modern jazz quartet.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we on time? All right. I'll play a couple more and then take a short little break. Why don't we do some Cole Porter?
Okay.
so much.
It gives you that feeling of relaxation.
Was that?
That end is critical.
Yeah. Night and day?
Night and day, Cole Porter. See, I don't know any lyrics. My piano teacher in college was like, you gotta learn the lyrics because it'll help you play the song. And I absolutely agree with him, but I never did it.
The lyrics? Oh my God.
I'm like, you're right, I would. It helps you with phrasing and stuff and how to be able to play the melody like a singer. So, 'cause if you look at just like a lead sheet, like if you took like "Fly Me to the Moon," and you would want to play it like a vocalist. Fly me to the moon, among the stars. Whereas the music would just go.
Oh, it's too boring.
Yeah, so you want to.
No, you want to jazzify it.
Yeah, you want to use some rhythm.
Yeah.
Copy the way it is.
Yeah, and it also depends if you are playing a band or a solo, or you are, just with a vocalist, two of you, or if you have a band and you just accompany. So everything depends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
depends on that.
Well, let's do.
Army Night.
I'm gonna do one more before my break. I'll do All Blues.
There you go.
From the Miles Davis record, kind of.
Woo. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to take a quick break.
Definitely.
So, my name is Quenton Walston. Hi, everyone.
Quenton! Yes, they're watching you from all over the world.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I'll have to send you my contacts so you can tag me on.
Definitely. Absolutely. Yeah, I've done that with other, I think it was Nay. You know them, right? Carl. Those musicians. They're also part of the tour, the library.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
One of them is Nay. You know Nay, right?
I know Caleb Nye.
Caleb. Yeah, Caleb Nye. That's him.
Yeah.
Caleb Nye. Another one is another guy.
Kelly.
Huh?
Sometimes plays. Daniel Kelly is a drummer that sometimes plays.
I'm talking about pianists. I usually go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I only know Caleb around here.
Caleb. Okay. There's just another guy. But I have all these videos on YouTube. I mean on Facebook. So all these guys. There's a guitarist that played. Was it library? Maybe it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on. I'm on Facebook. Most of my stuff I do is on Instagram, so I'd appreciate your Facebook connection.
Yeah.
Can I try your keyboard?
You
Is that
can.
okay?
Yeah, I meant to
Please
text
go
you
ahead.
when you were cat sitting for us that you could hang out and play our piano. But I
I've
love
never
it.
tried one of these, so.
It has weighted keys. I think it feels,
Is that weighted keys?
It does.
Oh,
It is.
wow.
It's one of my favorites. They stopped making them a couple years ago.
Oh my God, this is nice.
So, but
It's good.
How many up? Is it about 4? 5?
It's a full 88 key piano.
88.
It
It's the
is,
whole
yeah.
thing.
It's the whole
Yeah,
thing.
it's the whole thing.
Just
Yeah.
missing all the strings and stuff. Oh, you know Thelonious Monk.
Yeah.
And then you start off in the jazz part.
That's
Which I
right.
don't know how to do. Wow, this is nice.
Oh, nice. It's like
Anyway,
That's so
I'm out of
cool.
practice.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
Amazing. Yeah.
Beautiful autumn
And you do the
leaves.
jazz part.
Then
which I don't
you
know
just
how to do. Oh, it feels very nice. I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it.
thanks for playing it.
Let me try.
Yeah.
How heavy is this thing?
I don't know the weight, but it's heavy. Yeah, I have a case that rolls, but ooh, around midnight. was great. I love Around Midnight. I haven't memorized it. That's a tough tune.
You said you hadn't been practicing.
Yeah, having well, well, it's you want to be in the best shape, in the best mental position to be ready to deliver the best you can.
Yeah.
So practicing is important in that regard. So because when you have to play a concert, you got to practice to be on but if you can play from time to time like that, just whatever make you play out of what is that, memory, you play out of muscle memory, right, muscle memory, and it's not really quite what you want. So
Yeah, there's
As I exhibit.
it's always tough when people are like, hey, can you play this one? And it's like, I
used to, yes, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Just that's exactly, that's what it is.
Okay, you're up. Yes.
not playing.
No, that's amazing.
Wow. On in September, I'm going to be doing a big concert with my trio at the Franklin Park Art Center.
Okay.
That's in Percival. So it's
This year? Or?
this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
September.
So in a couple months. That's in
Beautiful.
Percival. So it's like 20 minutes from here.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I live in Leesburg. I drove here.
Oh yeah.
So Percival is close by. Yeah.
Where do you post your gigs?
What's that?
Where do you post your gigs?
Oh,
so someone knows?
my website mostly. It's QuentonWalston.com.
Okay.
So
Okay. Good.
that's what I'm
Good.
doing that.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I guess I should play another tune.
So what is the venue in Percival? What
It's
kind
called
of place?
Franklin Park Art Center. It's
Oh, I know where it
It's
is.
a performing arts center.
Yeah, I know where it is.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've played there a few times now, and it's like my favorite venue. I love it so much. It has the intimate feel of like a listening room, but it still can seat a fair amount of people, and it has the really steep kind of banked seating, and it's just so much
Good.
fun.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a whole residency there, Lord willing, where I'll be there for a week doing workshops and master classes.
Oh.
I'll be doing 2 solo concerts.
Okay.
And the Saturday will be a big concert with my trio.
Beautiful.
So it'll be a lot of fun. Let's see.
Oh, it's so lovely, man. When you play, it's just feeling, it just makes you want to. Somebody told me when I hear you play, it feels like I can live 10 more years.
That's
I was
great.
I say, wow, jazz is amazing.
Yeah. It's called There Is No Greater Love. Yeah, that's such a fun one.
Yeah.
I feel like Errol Garner has that kind of just joyful playing. Just busts out these big things. Yeah. Let's see what else can I do. That's a great chord. So I'm into that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was here. Beautiful.
Have you met Miss Jones? Is that it?
Yes. Yeah. A very abstracted version. Miss Jones.
Hey, what's your feeling about free jazz? That's one area of jazz that really I have no understanding of it. It's like when I was studying with jazz at the beginning, I didn't understand anything about jazz until I started playing.
Yeah.
But right now, it's just I've been to a couple of in libraries, concerts, free jazz guys. I'm like, it's just another level.
So like I've heard plenty of avant-garde jazz, like live, where they have a structure and they're playing some really crazy sounding stuff, but they still like the structure and it's so composed. And there I can kind of try to grasp it. Like I'm there and I'm listening, I'm trying to discern.
Right.
But stuff where it's just complete free for all, like Cecil Taylor, I can't. And I've sometimes put on Cecil Taylor and it makes me angry because I'm like, God, that's just noise.
Yeah, it's just noise.
Yeah.
It makes me. You can't find somewhere to especially when you're a jazz musician like us.
Yeah.
you're trying to figure out where do you fit here. I don't understand the structure of it. I'm not here. You know, the sound don't mean a thing to me. There is no correlation. It's very abstract. It's too abstract to the point of for fault to me.
Yeah, like so some.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Some Ornette Coleman I like because he still has a melody to it.
Yeah, Coleman is good.
Yeah, it's free, but it has a melody. But when it's just like that kind of aggressive,
it's insane.
Yeah, it makes me like, it's not okay.
I thought it was unique, but you know, everybody's feeling. I mean, I'm glad you know. It's crazy.
I mean, when I play with my trio, we'll definitely stretch things. We'll push some boundaries and play outside the chord changes at times, but it's always within the confines.
Exactly, yeah.
And when you're playing outside the chord progression, you're intentionally creating a tension, and then you release when you go back in.
It's called embellishment, you know. You embellish the music, you put some coloration to it, you know, make it look, you know, spatial, maybe, you know, depending on the flavor you want to, you know, the tune,
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I do a lot of seminars, like music history concerts, so I'll play and I'll talk about the music history of all the songs, and I do one that's on the different subgenres of jazz.
Yes.
So I'll play stride piano, and then I'll play bebop and swing and all of that.
Right.
And I always tell them that I'll spare them
free jazz. Yeah. Good. Good.
I'll say it exists.
It
this
exists.
is where it started, and that's about it. there you go.
Because it's so much. I mean. Hey. Take 5, ladies and gentlemen. It's a lot of work, a lot of labor. I play that stuff, but you know, when I play Take 5, I like to my first solo has to be, you know, the original solo. I like to start with that first. But people connect with that solo so much, and then you go on your own later, and then you close it. Yeah, so I learned it that way, and you know. Yeah.
What if you turned it around and made them guess? So then it's not really clear at the beginning, and then you get into the actual melody and you go, oh.
Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah, Since this is the fascination about jazz, you can make a tune whatever you want, how you want to organize it, arrange it, and play it, especially to an audience. But don't stray too much away so that audience get lost.
Yeah.
So
They might leave. Right?
Yeah.
They really lost.
It's always the risk, right? It's always the risk. Yeah.
Where are you going?
Come back. I didn't mean it.
That's right. You mean.
It's always a risk.
Colorful version of Salad by Starlight.
Yeah.
You get a lot out of that keyboard.
Thank you.
That's
Any
pretty amazing.
bossa? Any bossa?
I think I
Girl
can
from
do, like,
Ipanema.
Girl from Ipanema.
Yeah.
I can do Blue Bossa.
Blue Bossa.
Black Orpheus, which is also.
Can you do Black Orpheus?
I can.
Oh, First Negro? I love that song.
Yes.
Oh. Oh my God. wonderful. Beautiful bossa. Oh my God. You put some nice variation to it, really. Woo. I watched Black Orpheus, the movie, when I think I was 12 or 13. I was crying during that movie. It was.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my God, that movie will touch you, man. I was crying after that movie. I was like, what? It was, the movie, it was done in Brazil.
Oh,
The favelas, the township, the poor areas. Oh my God, it's a story that is so amazing.
That's Beatrice. It's a Sam Rivers tune. I think it's normally played with a little bit of swing, but I feel like it does well. Kind of like a modern Brad Mehldau kind of vibe.
Beatrice.
Beatrice, yeah. It's a name you don't hear too much. Let's see.
Is that the medley?
Yeah, nice.
C jam blues. And then,
Mixing it up.
yeah. No. All of them.
Like, what else do I know in C?
Take the A train. You already did that.
Whatever it is, that one.
Yeah. Dum.
Hooray. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a C jam blues there.
Yeah.
Ba-bum, ba-bum. When I first started listening to jazz, I bought that cassette long time ago from Louis Armstrong. It has so many songs in there, and C jam blues was one of them that I used to listen a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So, because when I was starting, they were telling me you gotta listen to a lot of jazz music. At the time, I was like, every other kid. I was 17 at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they say, hey, if you want to play jazz, you gotta listen to jazz all the time, every day,
Yeah.
every day. I was like, okay. So I started buying, music and listening. And it was hard first. Like, what kind of? So when you're used to pop music, it's really hard. But I started getting the feeling slowly. I started with smooth jazz. Yeah, I bought some mix of smooth. Well, they told me to listen to all genre.
Right.
Bebop, swing, smooth jazz, all these things. Yeah, so it was hard, but C jam blues, poof.
I remember
First love.
my teacher, one of the first jazz tunes I learned was C jam blues.
Oh,
I had like the lead sheet and it's just like G, G,
Yeah.
G, G, and I like came to my lesson and I'm
yeah.
like, no. How do you play? And we put on a red garland and it's not just, you have that
There you go,
subtle
little
nuance to it.
right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
how do you make two notes swing kind of thing?
Oh, you got Oscar Peterson playing that song, man. It's crazy. Oscar Peterson playing that C jam blues.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Oh la 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 la.
Yeah.
Oof. His introduction to get to that C jam, that melody is like, whoo.
Yeah. I remember, listening to that in high school and just like,
Yeah.
just that chasm of where I am and how do I get over
I
there?
just get over there. It's Oscar Peterson, man, that is crazy. Have you heard of Earl Father Hines?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I have a song that I really love about this guy. It's called Earl Pearl.
Pearls, Pearls. I think I've heard that.
You heard Pearl? Okay.
I might have.
It's amazing. It's amazing on the piano. It's amazing.
When I was in college, I did a bit of a deep dive into him.
Yes, you did?
It's been a while though.
Yes, Earl Father
He
Hines.
walked tense. He like would walk just.
It's yes.
Yeah.
Earl Pearl. What is that song here? I have it here, Mike. It's insane. You almost finished, right? Yes.
Yeah, I got.
1 minute.
Minutes left, so
Yeah.
What should I?
Oh, what is that song?
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. That was such a lovely surprise.
Thank you for playing. Thank you for playing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. Hey, folks, thank you so much for watching. This was a free concert for you, and I hope you liked it. So let me know what you think. And we get back together probably next weekend. All right. Emily, thank you very much. Chantal, Jean-Chantal Bailey, thank you again also. Appreciate it. All right. Everybody, thank you and take care. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye. See you next time.